Child support is such a touchy subject. It's almost like you might as well do it the right way and get married before you have kids, because co-parenting or baby mama, baby daddy stuff, man, it could be stressful. And one of the most stressful things from a mom's perspective and a dad's perspective is the issue of child support. Now, of course, we know what child support is supposed to be for. It's supposed to be in support of the child. You know, you will hope that you guys can come together and make arrangements so that the court isn't involved. But, you know, everything isn't always perfect. Feelings change, people change, understandings change. And so in some cases, it does serve a necessary evil. Now, I've always been of the proponent of, if a man is trying, if he's in his child life, if he's there, you know, then that man doesn't deserve to be on child support, at least to have the courts involved in child support. He's trying, he's there, you know, and I don't care how upset, you know, you guys get at each other, what type of argument you have, as long as he's doing his part, there's no reason to be spiteful to have court-ordered child support. Now, of course, there's the opposite end. If a man ain't there, if he show no interest in being there, then yes, I do believe child support should be utilized in that instance. But you do run into the case where, like I said, it's not perfect. People do have disagreements, and then the court does happen to get involved when it comes to child support, time sharing, and just child rearing in general. Now, oftentimes when that happens, I always tell men, it's of your best interest to get your child as much as possible, to split it 50-50 as much as possible. You know, there's some cases where the mother and father alternate each week. There's some cases where one parent has the kid Monday through Friday, and then the other parent have it over the weekend, or you try to split that as 50-50 as much. Because even though the popular phrase is, you know, child support is supposed to take care of the child, truth be told, the amount that they determine has nothing to do with the child's needs. Oh, it don't take $500 to raise no child. It don't take all that, is what people typically on child support say. It don't take all that. You don't have to spend all that to raise a kid. And she just using my money to go towards her bills. That's not what that's for. Well, truthfully, child support is about time. That phrase, time is money and money is time, is one of the truest things ever. See, what you're paying, whoever the payer of child support is, what you're paying for is the other parent's time. The time that will be normally split because you guys live together, because you're married and stuff like that. Well, one parent has to take on the lion's share of sacrificing their time. Whether it's for doctor's appointments, school events, extracurricular events, you know, if the kid's sick, having to make arrangements for the kid to get to and from school. What you're paying for is time. That's why if you're 50-50, you're not paying anything. Now, of course, there are those extreme circumstances where one parent makes so much more as far as income than the other parent is to help supplement their lifestyle. But usually, when people are seeing each other or getting together, usually with somebody who's in the same economic range as you. So that doesn't come into play as often with normal folk. But 50-50 is the way to go. And I tell men all the time, if you don't like what you pay in child support, or you don't want to pay that much in child support, get your kid. Get your kid. 50-50. You know, and even in worst case scenarios, if you truly feel it, because a lot of guys feel like trust is an issue with the mom. If you really feel that way, then you get custody. But how you figure when you're only available every other weekend, or your time is once a month, how do you figure you can only get away with paying $200 a month? Because when that kid's sick, that parent is taking off from work, missing time from work, missing money. You know, so time is money and money is time. I mean, and so no, it may not take $200 or stream cases $500-600 a month to raise a kid. You absolutely right. Every month they don't have those type of expenses, I'm sure, but the amount that the court orders you is what they determine your presence is worth. And if your presence not going to be there, then you're going to come out the pocket. So either you're paying in time or you're paying in money. And it's as simple as that. So let's start to get our minds right about this whole child support thing. If you don't want to pay out the ass in child support, get your kid. It's as simple as that. And I wouldn't speak on it if I didn't go through it personally, if I don't experience it personally. I have my kid as much as I can get them. Hence, I don't pay that much in child support as compared to somebody who makes less money than me is paying $500-600 a month. But you're only getting your kid every other weekend. So out of 365 days in a year, you get them every other weekend. That's 6 nights a month or whatever. 6 times 12 is 72. So out of 365 nights a year, you only have your kid 72 nights. And for those who are far less, once a month or one weekend of every other month, come on now, let's be real. It's about nights spent with you. Now, there are circumstances where the kids stay in another city, and you just have to iron that out as much as possible. But understand, the amount you pay is based on time. Simple as that. It's not about really the child's needs. It's about time and how much your presence is worth. Child support.